So I was saying, I'm back inside the house. It's too loud out there. So I was saying, the reason why we need Jesus Christ is to overcome the evil within us, right? Within ourselves, right? We have evil within ourselves. We can't help it. It's part of our nature. So Jesus Christ help us overcome the evil in us, right? That way we don't sin against others. We don't get sin against God, and we don't get sin against ourselves, right? So the commandments was to reveal the selfishness of our nature, right? But not one human was able to fulfill the commandments except for Jesus Christ. Just Jesus Christ. Because in order your for you to fulfill the commandments, you need perfection, right? You can't make one mistake. One mistake overrules everything. So like everything done. You can't make one sin. That's why Jesus Christ is the only one who was able to do it. Now, we had to be careful on how we interact with people, and how we talk to people and how we do things around people because we represent the image of Christ, right? And when we have Christ in us, we have access to Christ and we have access to location that Christ needs us to go. So, for example, one of the things I always talked about is to be still and think about what you're about to say when someone comes at you wrong, right? It's in our nature to get defensive and even violent sometimes. But with Christ in you, he wants you to avoid that first and to calm the other person down and use wise words to speak some senses to these people. And they may hear you out and they may not. Because a lot of times the person who's doing this wrong are under the other influences, which is distraction, or maybe something happened in their life or something recently happened to them and they're lashing out on people. You know, Jesus Christ wants us to understand that the devil has a way to manipulate us with feelings and emotions and thoughts and causes us to move a certain way where we're not under control of ourselves. But us who receive that type of individual had to know how to manage, those situations and how to handle it and how to be a fellow brother to a person that you don't even know or to a person that you have known. So it's just a matter of knowing how to have self-control, right? So that's the way. That's because also the devil likes to use other individuals to get to you in order to break you, you know. So if I was to fight back and latch back and speak verbally or whatever, then the devil got a hold of me. He won, right? But the Lord taught me to avoid situations like that. Don't give the enemy a foothold. Don't give him access to your door. So it's very, very, very difficult to overcome our human nature with godly nature. So, one thing that I try to also help people with is to give them advice on how to let go of strongholds, right? Now, strongholds goes so far in many directions, right? But there are embedded strongholds, right? And this starts from your growth, from your childhood, you know. And this is part I have put in my book. I'm still kind of like trying to make it like less words and more powerful. And I'm gonna share it. Where the things that had been spoken to your life, right? As a child, someone like your parents will put you down, will say something, or a teacher or a friend will discourage you and say a certain word, and all that stays here, and then it goes here, and then we start to grow with that. And over time, we start to believe that we're failures, that we're nothing. Whatever they have spoken to your life, we start to believe in that, and it causes us to fall away from our walks of moving forward and joyful and in happiness and successful. So that comes through verbal and actions, right? And when you become a believer, you will start noticing them because they start getting louder, right? Because when you start becoming a believer, you start conquering so much strongholds that had been a part of you. But then those are rooted strongholds where it becomes from your childhood to here, to your current existence, right? Those the enemy will bring to your thoughts, right? And speak to you how you're nothing, you're failure, blah blah blah, whatever it is, right? From your past will come up here, or something you may have done will come up here and slow you down from your walks with God and your in His righteousness, right? From your success. That's what the enemy does. He uses everything. He uses everything from my past, and he uses everything, even today, from people around you to get to you when you have your armor on. He'll find a way to try to get to you. He can't penetrate you through other people, from the closest to the farthest. So the best thing to do is to believe that what God has spoken. You know, God has spoken truth. God has spoken truth to you. So you have to believe in that. You know, He took you as you are. He forgave you. You have new life, new beginning. So the past does not exist anymore. And you had to come to believing that. So whatever was spoken about you, whatever you had done, you had to get rid of it. It doesn't exist anymore, right? And if it's hard for you to just let it go, just like out of thoughts and heart, the best thing you could do is write everything down on a piece of paper about yourself. What was spoken to you, what was done to you, what you had done, what your dislike, why you disappointed yourself, everything. Write everything down, and find a garbage can or something, and light it up and put it in the flames. And then you say, well, the Lord doesn't remember this stuff. The Lord forgave me, and I had to forgive myself. So when you start doing that, you get more freedom, because that's what freedom is. Freedom is from all your strongholds. Freedom is from all the stuff that you put in your mind and your heart, unchained, right? And then you get to be living your life. Yeah, baby. Josiah. Josiah.
Papi,
Yeah.
how to hold you?
Okay. All right, hold on.